Hey guys, and for those who are new here, welcome. I'm Sean and this is Sean for Help. This is my 6th take trying to make this video. I've had some distractions, and specifically I've had a difficult time trying to explain this video. It's not an easy one. Normally I'm the one that's usually, let's get some calm. I'm going to teach you about some meditation. Here's some uplifting things that maybe makes your life a little bit easier, some ideas of what you can do that maybe you can make some better choices, and allow yourself to get better control of yourself, because if you're not in control of yourself and you allow either your emotions or some other hysterical moment happen and you're not in control, then that moment's controlling you or other people are controlling you, and that's not a good thing. I want you to have that power back. I want you to have that self-empowerment going on. So, while that may be the usual, today is not so usual. I watched a video today that is really alarming. And everybody's politics aside for a moment, I need you guys to understand, I don't care if you're left-leaning, right-leaning, I don't care. I do not care right now. I don't care. You need to stuff that away. These are facts. And facts don't care about your feelings. They don't care about how you feel one way or another, and regardless of what you want to take for how you think things should be done, this is actually alarming. This has to deal with what I would consider a matter of public safety. I'll get to the jump on this one here in just a second, but what I want to say is that where normally I could say that I can be wrong and let's get to the truth so we're all right, I would normally say this. I want to offer this up for you guys to kind of look at it in the same light, that we can be wrong. As long as we all get to the truth, we're all right. I want to be more inclusive in that one to say that we can be wrong. Because that way that we take these political situations and we throw them away for just a moment here. Again, I'm that serious about this. You need to throw them away. This is not cool. Not what I'm about to talk about. So I watched this video. Again, may not agree with the politics, and there have been some things that this individual said that I definitely don't agree with, but it's fine. But the point of the facts of what they brought today are pretty much rock solid. And that's how that is. When you can't rebut it, it is what it is. There's no end to it. And no matter what kind of name calling you want to throw at it, it still didn't make you win the argument. No need for ad hominem. So the individual brought up something that was interesting about how Facebook has their community standards set up in a way where they allowed for calls for high-severity violence to be okay against specific individuals. Sounds pretty crazy. What's interesting is that after this person posted their videos, this video is about 5 hours old. They obviously did some shuffle real quick and changed it, but I caught them. That's what happens when you have some kind of technical mind behind the idea of when you look things up and do your own research, and you can't fix things that just kind of trace this out and show that you did what you did. So, and you don't even have to go to the Wayback Machine on the Internet Archive to find this. It's really stupid that these people would think that this is impossible to find. But it is what it is. So the individuals that they're saying that it's okay to do calls for high-end violence, not just saying, oh, I don't like this person and, I think that they're a jerk and whatever. No, you're calling, meaning you're inciting a way of saying that this has to happen. You're telling people that they should do this kind of thing. It's inciting a riot. That's vigilantism. That's all kinds of things, lumped together of things we know under the rule of law is illegal. Isn't that wonderful? We know it's illegal. You're not supposed to do that. And at the same time, because we live under the rule of law, we are not supposed to be living in a situation where the policies of a large tech company supersede the law. They're not allowed to do that. I don't care how private organization you want to get about it, because it does not fly. A private organization, incorporation, is actually created under the government's rules and therefore are stuck to the same standards. But I'm just a paralegal that graduated with distinction. What do I know? I've been thrown out of court by a judge because I actually blew his mind and actually made it to where they couldn't go forward with something that they were trying to basically hamstring a guy and helped him out. I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. It's okay. So, regardless of that matter, that aside, because it does get me a little upset, and I don't toot my horn often, but I'm going to toot that one. When you're going to call for high-severity violence against anybody, you're basically making the threat of violence do them harm. Now, that would be an attempt of... You're attempting some kind of assault and battery. Actually, assault is, under definition and legality, is the actual threat of violence to someone. That's the attempted side. Battery is the actual action of doing it. Pro tip, think about that one for a bit. For those who are smarter than the average bear, understand that those statutes that they're using in assaults don't fly. Anyway. If you're going to look at the way that they're actually doing a call for high-severity violence against these individuals, well, who are these individuals? They're people that are on their dangerous individuals and organizations policy list. Some of these people are just people that Facebook disagrees with because of either their politics or the way they bring up facts, like history, which cannot be changed no matter how many times you try to rip down a statue, regardless of how much you want to try and rewrite the history books. It has happened the way it has happened, and there's nothing we can do to change that. You cannot go back in time. So when people present the actual accurate historical facts at times, that gets them put on the dangerous individuals list because it goes against the way that Facebook's agenda is to do what they do. Regardless if you're leftist, right-leaning, whatever, it doesn't matter. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't disagree that dangerous individuals and organizations exist. Neo-Nazis. Don't like you. No, I don't like neo-Nazis. You can basically, take a long walk off a short pier. Anybody that has to do with ISIS. Yeah, another set of group of people. Those are the extremes. I think you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Don't like that. I'm pretty much a person who has, I love everybody. I really do. So people who don't kind of makes it difficult for me to kind of have a decent conversation to go, and why are you this way? When especially they're not willing to have that kind of talk. But some of these individuals, as I said, are just ones that have a difficult political opinion, and they present facts that the people in Facebook can't shut down, and they just figure, well, we just have to silence them. So they put them on the dangerous individuals list and shut them down, kick them off. I'm sure we know of a few people that they've done that too. I won't say their names because of the way that YouTube's censorship idiots are. But to sit there and allow in their policies to say that calls for high-severity violence against these people is acceptable is not appropriate. Now you're saying, okay, so where's the evidence to back this up? Because now that I've given them, I've really kind of put this all forth. I've primed it very well, kind of like a really good way of saying, okay, so we're set to see this. Let's go from here. Great. I like the fact you're eager for that. So let's do the side-by-side here. Aha. And here I am down in the bottom left and everything off to the right. So here's what this is as I bring my cursor over. Calls for high-severity violence, unless the target is an individual, organization, or individual covered in the dangerous individuals and organizations policy. You cannot do not post these threats that could lead to death and other forms of high-severity violence of any targets where the threat is defined as any of the following. Unless the target. So they've basically given an exception to say it's okay against these people. Highly illegal. Highly. You cannot do this. That is calling for mob riot. That is you're causing for a riot or vigilantes to go out and do their thing, regardless of whether or not they were right or wrong. There's no rule of law to take this to trial or anything like that. And they may not have even broken any kind of laws. It's just, again, opinion, thought crime. Woo! Gotta love it. Now you're saying, okay, so I went out to the community standards, because here that is right here, and I looked at it. It's not there. Where is this at? It says those words aren't there. Where's this at? You're right. They changed it in the period of 5 hours that this person put out this video. So this video is only about 5 hours long, or 5 hours old, excuse me. But this has changed. Now you're like, okay, so well, then how do we have the proof of this? Well, that's fantastic. Actually, I'm going to show you that right here. This is DuckDuckGo, and this is my search. And I just did this but just a few moments ago. Under community standards, calls for high-severity violence unless the target is an organization or individual covered in the Dangerous Individuals and Organizations policy. They left it in there as part of the search. This is not Google search. This is DuckDuckGo, an independent outside of Google, Facebook, and all the tech companies. Yeah, I went and looked. It's called research. And when people want to go look and find out for themselves and go, hey, wait a minute, I think you need to see this. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to show it to you. Just like the state of Missouri, the show me state. Well, show me the proof. Well, here you go. Here's some of it. Does that mean I'm going to stop if I have to keep going to sit there and get it through somebody's thick head that, yes, Facebook is actually allowing the idea that they put out a policy? Now, they changed it. That's great. They changed that policy. Woo! But they're not going to hold that standard equally. Never do. None of these big tech companies do. They're hypocrites. Big ones. This is another reason why I'm getting off of YouTube here as soon as I can find whatever it is that I'm going to put myself onto, and I'm going to be doing everything I can to lean everybody in that direction towards going towards another platform. Because YouTube, yeah, it's most convenient for what it is, but there are other ones that are out there that are much better. Ones that don't allow for censorship, even though they have idiots out there that say things that I don't agree with, but I'll defend to the death that they have the right to say it. Hence, I took an oath to protect the rights of individuals by defending the Constitution against enemies both foreign and domestic, because that document safeguards the natural rights, not constitutional rights. There's no such thing as constitutional rights. There's only natural rights that are discussed as part of the Declaration of Independence. Your natural rights come from nature or God, however you want to take it. And they have nothing to do with the Constitution. You can't put them in a statute. But the Constitution defends your rights from the tyranny of government. That is why that document is there. It is the leash upon the throat of the government, the collaring, per se. And that's what I went forward and served to protect your rights by protecting that document, which safeguards them. So we have these people who want to sit there and use their policy to allow people to do whatever they want by posting all these things that could cause harm, and think that they can supersede the rule of law by their policies. This is something I want you to see. I'm not trying to cause you to be upset. I'm causing you to think about maybe it's time to also get off of Facebook. Maybe it's time to move on. Because honestly, after looking this up now, oh, you bet your sweet buttons, I'm closing my Facebook account down here as soon as I can get some things taken care of, get a hold of all the people on my lists, look up some other people that I've been trying to get a hold of that were from, high school and things like that, family, getting everybody's information that I can. Because as far as I'm concerned, Facebook is dead to me. I wasn't on it that much to begin with. I don't like it. I can't stand it. It's too depressing anyway. It's built that way. It's built specifically to make you depressed. So I'm going to be leaving Facebook, but I'm also looking to leave YouTube as well. These censorship situations are getting ridiculous. I can't say and do anything I can best to help people because of some of the censorship. I've had to hold back being truthful and honest with people by not even discussing those topics when really they need to hear what it is that would best help them. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but no, it's very true. It saddens me. It truly does make me sad that we have to live this way. And I know things are coming for a change eventually. As much as I would like to see things happen in a better way, I just kind of sit back and go, well, there's not much I can do about it. All I can do is just hope. Does that mean I'm going to stop making videos or trying to uplift people? Oh, no. I'm here to stay, people. I'm going to keep doing this as best I can because I want you guys to smile. I want you to have a peaceful life. I want you to have great families. I want you to have wonderful friends and awesome relationships. I want you to be able to smile and just absolutely just get alive in your life and feel like you're something wonderful again. Because you are wonderful. You're worth my time doing everything I can to help you. Because I enjoy doing it. I feel alive when I do this for people. It's just unfortunate today that I had to bring this up. Now, I'm a little flustered. I don't know if I got everything said right, but I'm not going to edit it. I'm going to keep this as organic as possible so that it shows exactly where I'm at. But please take a watch of this. If you think that I'm doing this for whatever reason, because of how my politics or what I believe, well, some of that is true, because I believe in defending your rights. I believe in informing you. And you have a right to know, regardless of what anybody wants to say or try to silence. I go under that phrase of, never silence a fool. Let them speak freely so all may know who they are. This is why I can't stand censorship, because you never know who then is really telling the lies of the truth, because you have nothing to contrast with. That's a problem, because to silence one side is an echo chamber. It's also the highest compliment paid to those who are being silenced, because it shows that the people who are trying to silence them couldn't argue against them anyway, and that the people who are doing the silencing actually lost, even though they're trying to win in any way they can. This is all I have to say today at this moment. I might make another video. I might do some live streaming. I don't know. I'm kind of in a torn moment here. It's been a very frustrating day. But that's nobody's fault here. We'll see what we can do here, though, because I love you guys very dearly. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new here and you want to hear more about what I have to offer and what's being said, hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so that way you catch it, because my stuff's a little sporadic for right now at the moment until I can get some other things figured out, especially if I'm going to be moving to a different channel. I may keep YouTube as a cursory thing to say, hey, go over here, and just use them for that much, since they like to, censor people. This is not acceptable. I'm going to be moving on. But I hope you guys have a great day. I really do. Regardless of this information, just make an informed choice. I trust your intelligence to make your own decision. It's a big compliment I'm saying right there, because I don't think that you need to just hear me out. I think you need to listen to yourself on some of this and make your own decision. But I wanted you to have the facts before I move forward with it. Other than that, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later. And thanks for being here.